Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and I'm here with a solo game in the Tier 5 Premium Japanese battleship, the Hyuga. And I've called this one, Can I Get a Yoink? And there's some very kind words from a spectator who I believe his name was Bronze Prawn. He's on Xbox, so I'll have to drop him a message and let him know he got an honourable mention for the very kind words that he had to say near the end of this game. So stick around and hear what he had to say for this one. Now, I did forget to clip the team list at the start, but it's Tier 4, Tier 5. It's a carrier game. There's another Hyuga out there. I think there's a Fuzo, there's a Kirov, an Omaha, a Mutsuki, a Fushun, and a few others. I have got a little DD on this side. Can't remember which one it is now. But I've also got a very brave Omaha. And thankfully, they're not going to run away. But sadly, Red Team are going to run this way. Now let's just say you can really change somebody's mind at the start of a game with what you do to them. Mr. Kirov here is an example of that one, because we get a salvo off and we chip away at his health. So we haven't changed his mind yet, but he knows that he's in range and he knows that I'm looking at him. Now I know also that we have the weak flank here, and as you can see, there you are, there's Mr. Fuzo, there's the Omaha, the Hyuga's there, the Kirov's there, and I'm expecting that there's a destroyer here somewhere too. So that's potentially 5 ships on this side against 3, which isn't very good odds. Now, you may think that I'm turning tail and running away, but I'm not, because the Hyuga has 4 turrets at the back and 2 turrets at the front, and it means that I can get slightly more turrets on without having to angle as much against him. Now, Mr. Omaha here comes nicely into range with a nice flat broadside, and we're going to change his mind about what he wants to do in this game, because we slap him through the citadel and land another couple of shots on him, and he's lost the majority of his hit points. Now, I did hit my reload booster there, but he's angled out and going away, and I put a shot out on the Fuzo. And we're going to change his mind a little bit too. We do see the Kirov out there, but he drops detection. You'll notice that I ripple fire my shots, and that's because sometimes people change direction and speed, but we drop a citadel through the Fuzo as well. And we're looking back at that Omaha, but our Omaha seems to have him banged to rights, so we're looking for this Kirov, which is a nasty HE spamming cruiser, and he's hidden away behind the island somewhere. And we would like to get rid of him, because the less fires we get put on us, the longer we're likely to survive. But we're also wary that the Hyuga's there, that the Fuzo's there, and there is an unsighted destroyer. Kirov gets spotted briefly and then disappears, and I do call for intelligence data here, and I'm expecting our little Omaha just to budge out just a little bit further and see if he can get this guy spotted, because I have all guns ready. There he is, he's coming forwards. Now it looks like he's just started, so I aim very close to his bow. And that is 12 shells on their way to him. And all it's going to take is 2. He is on his way back to port. We're on 45,000 damage. We're a few minutes into the game. We've already dropped 1 ship and a couple of citadels. And Mr. Fuzo decides that he is going to get all aggressive and try and push me. He's turning out. I think the other Hyuga is out there somewhere in his direction. I've not actually got him in sight, although the Omaha can see him. We get another citadel on him. He's got to be thinking now, I'm not doing very well against this Hyuga. Should I really be pushing against him so hard? He may be thinking, can I push in with this other Hyuga and we can take this guy together. I don't know, but I try to fluff a shot across the top, but it's not going to do much. Now I'm staying angled and I'm kiting slowly away. You'll see that I'm playing with my throttle, speeding up a little bit, dropping speed a little bit, and all I'm doing is keeping them right on the limit of my range because I think I've got a little bit over them. There is the Omaha spotted again. He's out of range, but he's coming in. And then the Fuso comes round the corner. And I'm looking at this Omaha and I'm thinking, I can finish you, buddy. I can finish you. You've already taken a whopping. Here he comes, and again, we're going to lead him. We're going to ripple those salvos off with where we think he might be. And it also gives a little bit of a spread. A little bit like shotgun, but not quite as messy as a shotgun. We do land one hit, but he disappears. And so he lives to fight another day. Or at least until potentially the next salvo. Because, again, he's gotten against us. He's taken a hit. He's turned out because blue team have pushed down the other flank. We're pretty much holding this one by ourselves because our Omaha disappeared to the Fuso. And now their Omaha has disappeared to the Hyuga. So now I'm thinking, Hyuga, Fuso, a DD that has not been spotted. Now Mr. Fuso here is going to do his thing, and he's going to start bow tanking me. My only option is to move back across the map. Because he's going to bow tank, I've switched to high explosive. I've opened up a little bit of distance again because I know there is another ship out there. And all I want is for one ship to be able to target me at a time, because otherwise I am not going to survive. I'm playing smart here. I'm staying angled, I'm playing with my throttle, I'm stopping and I'm starting. You'll see there that the unsighted destroyer, which our carrier has yet to spot, has moved onto our cap. So it's kind of lucky that I've got HE loaded, but now I've got to be on the lookout for torpedoes and also manoeuvring because I may put myself in a position of taking a broadside from that Fuso. But we fire 3 turrets at him and we are going to fire the other 3 at him. We land 1 fire and he damage controls that straight away. That's good news for me. It's bad news for him because we all know what happens when you damage control 1 fire. Whoever's shooting at you is going to leave high explosive loaded. They're going to wait for your damage control cooldown to come off, and then they're going to set you on fire again. And there's going to be nothing you can do. The carrier thankfully moves across the cap, spots the destroyer. I put 3 turrets at the destroyer and save the other 3 for that Fuso. We get a double cap reset on the destroyer. And in just a moment, we get another fire on the Fuso. He is on cooldown. Although there's nothing very cool about picking up another fire in a second and being double fired. Blue team have gone rushing around down the flank and one of our destroyers went chasing after their carrier. Red team's cap is wide open and yet he seems to be taking his jolly old time in getting back to it. I can defend our capture point, but I do need somebody there to be on their capture point just in case I get sunk. The rest of blue team are coming back this way. The Hyuga looks as though as he has pushed in from the flank towards the centre, and Mr. Fuso has now damage controlled again. I'm trying to stay angled to him. I'm only using my front turrets now, or should I say a front turret. But I'm not having anybody yoink this kill away from me. There's a fire, and just to make sure the rest of the turrets go out, and we get kill number 3. So this is a pretty solid defense of this flank, playing smart. There is the Hyuga in the center of the map, and the little destroyer has decided that staying on that cap with a carrier over his head and the rest of blue team pushing in is not a safe place to be. So I gauge his speed and range by popping one shot over. I adjust my shot and we put another shot out there and we get some resets. We knock out his rudder and his torpedo tubes, which means he has to damage control. All I have to do is wait. That's 1 turret loaded. That's 2. 3, 2, 1. Wait for the turn and shoot him in the face. That is how to deal with a charging destroyer. No torpedoes in the water. The Hyuga is the last man standing. We have 4 kills and 110,000 damage with a high caliber. We've got the cap resets, we've had some fires, we've had a couple of citadels. It's been quite a nice little handful to now. And we're going to keep going. All I need is this Hyuga for a Kraken. But will we get it? That's the question. All I need is a yoink. So we're going to continue to push in. Our Farragut, that was on the capture point, decided to take it upon himself to start shooting at the Hyuga when all he had to do was stay undetected. That is a case of winning harder and in the end actually failing harder. There is nothing to say that this Hyuga couldn't kill all of us and we lose the game. But I don't think that's about to happen. However, our destroyer there has got about 10 hit points left on him. That is not a good situation to be in. He's going to push. The carrier has the Hyuga spotted. The Hyuga has got himself stuck between a rock and a hard place. There isn't really anywhere for him to go. Now, why this other battleship didn't push in from the front to the left-hand side there, that would have been a really nice spot to come in from. But here are a few kind words from Bronze Prawn.
Play a good game. I wish I was that good.
It's really nice to hear something like that from another player. I know we all get salty at times, but get a little bit of praise like that, especially from all the way across in America, that really made my day. What didn't make my day is not getting this hit. Because half of our shells killed seagulls. Now he's running away behind the island. Had this battleship gone in the other end, he could have pushed him out. And I know it sounds a bit selfish, but he could have pushed him out straight into me, and I might have had a little bit better shot. I might have even considered ramming him. Now he's chasing him. The Hyuga is now going to have to come out the other side. My turrets are on the wrong side apart from my 2 front ones, and I'm thinking, I'm going to catch you at the other end, mate. This is a race for a kill. And I was actually on the microphone saying, if anybody's listening, please, can I have this guy for a Kraken? Pushing round, turrets are turning absolutely glacially, like an iceberg. He's burning down. There's torpedoes on him. The carriers on him. I've got all my guns round. All I need is to see the little tiny speck of his bow, and I can drill him. Shots out. But the other battleship pulls the trigger a split second before me and takes the kill. So we don't get our yoink, but we do get 130,455 damage. We finish top of the board with an absolute solid defense of that flank. And I think that Matsuki is probably still got his head wrapped in bandages after that slapping he got off those guns. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you again to Bronze Prawn. If you have enjoyed this video, then click on one of these links, stick around and watch a few more videos. If you haven't already done so, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you all. Take care and goodbye.